Hi, my name is David Ainsworth. I'm the founder of Alchemy FX in Sacramento, California, and we're the first special effects studio in Sacramento and California Valley. Officiality since 1993, but I've been doing effects myself for quite a while, since grade school. But Alchemy FX has been around for a while. Yeah, I'm self-taught, and I did go to school, but funny enough, it was for digital rotoscoping and wire removal at UCLA. So the school I went for was for digital effects. It wasn't for practical effects, which is what we specialize in now. Depending on what the budget jurisdicts, that's what we can hire. Obviously, so we have a per production need basis for hiring, whereas in the future we will have we already have need for permanent people now, but we have to have these income streams coming in to be able to provide that. So. That's funny because we're looking to kind of bridge that gap, which is we could do anything that you could come up with, whether it's business. We could do a mascot for a high school, but no, we don't only do horror, and that's one thing that we're hoping to exemplify. For example, we did the makeup and the mechanical effects for Shrek the musical, which is a pretty big deal, and we're on our second production of separate Shrek in Sacramento now. And for example, we've done Young Frankenstein, which it's kind of horror, but it's more character related. So we're hoping to break that barrier to, kind of maybe, I've done some of the scary, I've done some of the bloody, now I'd like to do some of the cute, that's almost harder. Yeah, let's see, for Sacramento, we've been an establishment with some of the people who've been here the longest making films still to this day, like, the TFO, they've been established, some of the, House of the Talented Dwight Taylor, some of the newer people exemplifying and winning awards. And then on a national level, we've done stuff for public service campaigns, and we've done things for video games. Which is Dead Island was one of the things we did. So we did a lot of zombie stuff for that, and working with them, it was pretty fun. That was in the San Francisco area. We've done stuff for the History Channel, the Discovery Channel, some of the things out there. So we have done some syndication stuff as well. Oh yeah, I think these shows like the Creature Shop, Face Off, Foxy and Company and stuff like this, I think it's great because it's exemplifying practical effects, and practical effects, what it means is effects that actually physically exist in front of the camera lens. That is something that's a bit of a bygone, and CGI is a kind of a reflex reaction for everything, solution for everything, whereas some of these shows, sci-fi is single-handedly really giving a resurgence of interest and a demand for practical effects again, and kind of getting the respect back where it came from. Now there's a negative side of this, whereas directors, they're looking at things like, well, how come I can't get my monster in 3 days, like on Face Off, and they're like, well, it must not be worth that much, or, cost-wise, because they're just building it off of scratch, So there is some negative repercussions, but, that pales to the whole overall awareness. I'm proud enough to have her, note me as somebody that, she's worked with and learned some things from, and I think that's great. I met her when she was first coming to the area, and she always had really strong drive and clarity of vision, so it's no surprise that she won the show. She's always had, really strong style, and she didn't come to this empty-handed. She had a clear understanding of her style and what she had to offer, and that's what really carried her through, and that's what's carrying her through today. Is exemplification of style as an artist, not just copying what's out there. Well, the first thing was, obviously the budgetary constraints is, how are we going to get this done? The money that they had wasn't exactly all the money that was needed, and I had to invest some of my own to get it done. But I did that because, first of all, there was nothing like that done in Sacramento. Like, we've had monsters before, but nothing serious. It's all been bee monsters and very, very campy. And this was the first time somebody actually set forth to get budget and process to get a serious creature. So we've been looking to work together on something for a while. So basically, he presented some sketches. I went off on that, and one of the things is he had some distinctive characteristics he wanted, but it wasn't the full drawing or thing, which is great. And so I was presented with the idea of how do you do something that's original but can be easily mistaken as something that it's not, like a werewolf or a Sasquatch or something like that. So I had to really go back to the basics of kind of the psychology of horror and bring in his elements and mine and basically put together pieces. And so that's where the Telepo came from, is it's pieces of some of the deepest rooted fears of mankind, from time memorial, Whereas these pieces, you have these big eyes that could perceive you in the dark, and you can't. Obviously teeth that are built for things that you're not, and the silhouette that is very distinctive in the dark. These are really deep-seated fears that we could conjure up any time in our own heads. Just looking at deep shadow. I think music videos are great. It's just, this industry is something where if you don't have something to exemplify, you got to volunteer that time and put it in, and that could be fun. But a lot of people are busy working on their personal things. So that's also part of this process, is we're going to find people we could work with to where we could take on things and be able to kind of get back to the roots, where it's like there's always a part of this industry where you have to put your time in, no matter how big you are. If it's something new, you've got to be able to put that time in and successfully have output. And I think it'd be great. So, yeah, and local bands, there's a lot of good music here too. So, a lot of good music videos to be done. We've got some really clear-cut directions that are very important for pursuit, and in this just all-revealing, transparent culture, we're actually doing the opposite. And we're kind of power cooking some of our ideas, working with some new people, and just keep an eye out for the next few months. These are going to be critical months, and like nothing ever seen before within the creative career of Alchemy FX, and me as an artist and an individual as well.
All right, great. Sounds great. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, I want to thank you very much for helping us out here.
Absolutely.
And we'll talk to you later.
Sure will.
Thanks a lot.